like to welcome you all to Synergy Initiative Session 3. We have Dr. Charudat Arora from Ameri Health Home Healthcare and Mr. Sri Kumar from CareFinder. So I would request Dr. Charudat Arora to please start over the presentation. Please try and keep the presentation within 10 minutes, and we will have the question answer round for both the participants, for both the presenters after the presentations are done. So request everyone to please keep themselves on mute. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pani. Thank you very, very much. The time I'm recording is 5:09, so I have 10 minutes to present. This is Dr. Charudat Arora from Ameri Health Home Healthcare, and with me is Ms. Sonal Java, who will be co-presenting us. She is heading the operations at Ameri Health Home Healthcare, and give me a moment so that I can share the presentation. I hope my presentation is visible. So we're going to start with the name Ameri Health Home Healthcare, and the motto is our care at your home. We are one of the home care verticals of the Asian Healthcare Group, which is a 12-year-old organization situated with its parent headquarters in Faridabad at the outskirts of New Delhi. The organization, this vertical of home healthcare, was started in the month of July 2021. We are a 1-year-old organization, and me personally, I have infectious disease and critical care specialization, and I've completed my master's in residency from the US, Boston Children's Hospital at Harvard University. So my interest stems out in senior care and home health care, because that is one branch wherein the specialization, which is still very unorganized in the Indian subcontinent, and we are still looking forward for much more organized and compassionate care in that arena. So Ameri Health Home Healthcare provides almost 80% of services of the hospital at home. I will be reiterating the fact that this is not an alternative to hospital care. We are not providing acute care in all forms. However, with patients from different backgrounds and different requirements, depending upon the luxury, the comfort, the convenience, the affordability, and also some kind of logistical issues, we tend to provide, or we help them out with all kinds of healthcare services. It starts from as basic as providing them with a caregiver, to as complicated as providing them with a complete ICU setup that also includes dialysis at home. So this is just a visual representation of all the work that we do, from caregiver to medical equipments to lab test, nursing care, ICU setup, psychology support, medicine delivery, vaccinations at home, post-surgical care, doctor visit, and so on. A few of the, there will be a lot of other home healthcare, and we are very, very new to this industry. However, there are a few USPs and few things which are completely done only by a handful of such providers in the entire country, such as we are providing ABGs at home. There are very few home healthcare organizations who have the setup of getting an arterial blood gas analysis. And this is extremely inevitable for patients who are very, very sick, very critical, because an arterial blood gas analysis actually tells you, and it has to be done within 20 minutes of getting the sample collected from the artery of your body, that what are the level of the gases in your bloodstream. And this becomes very, very important for patients who are suffering from chronic kidney disease or chronic obstructive pulmonary disorder, who are on BiPAP and ventilator settings. And that is one thing which Ameri Health has been doing it for since inception. The dialysis at home is also being done at very affordable prices in Delhi NCR, and we have a nephrologist on board who provides with all the kind of medical skill which is required for the patient. This is hemodialysis for sure. Now, why home care is needed, I'm not going to go into the detail, because it is definitely cost efficient, affordable, personalized, less chances of infection, very, very comfortable, convenient. And as we are growing, I think every industry is becoming very disposable. We have forgotten the concept of going to the restaurants or calling the restaurant directly for getting food, rather than we prefer getting through Zomato or Swiggy. And that's how the healthcare industry is also going to be in the next few years. And that's why they prefer getting everything done at home. So I think if you have a fully skilled nurse with integration of artificial intelligence and big data and machine learning, good technology, good manpower, definitely, and better humane, empathetic skills, I think you don't need to visit the hospital, because from sick care, we should be going to healthcare soon. I'm gonna ask Sonal to present this because that's how she does it. So Sonal.
Thank you so much, Dr. Charu. Good evening once again, everyone. So I'm going to talk about that how we go ahead and take the patient in the home care. So when someone approaches us, the first thing that we do is that we speak to the attendant, the family. We understand what is the requirement, and we request our nursing supervisors or coordinators to assess the patient. It could be at the hospital, it could be at home. Wherever the patient, we send our supervisors there so that they can assess the patient and understand them, so that we are able to make a care plan and a follow-up plan for them for their speedy recovery. Then once the patient coordinator assesses the patient, then we come back to Dr. Charu and that's the time when he takes it up and identifies that what are the requirements of the patient, what kind of a staff we would be deploying, and then we go ahead and deploy all the equipments and the staff at home. And further on, we especially work on the behavioral issues of the staff. We readdress them with the attendants, we take regular feedbacks from the attendants, and we reassess after a week so that the care plan is taken in that way. We also provide all kind of medical equipments at home. It can be rented out and they can be purchased as well. So a smallest thing like a wheelchair, a backrest, to a biggest ventilator, syringe pumps, suction machines, BiPAP, everything that comes home. So it's like a one-stop shop for all your medical needs. Dialysis at home, as Dr. Charu just briefly said, that we also take care of dialysis at home with the help of the doctors.
And it's a hemodialysis.
Yeah, it's a hemodialysis. Yeah. We also provide COVID home, starting from doctor consultation to a COVID-trained nursing, a RT-PCR test, any kind of lab diagnostics, X-ray. Also, we remotely monitor the COVID patients, wherein our team of doctors can view their vitals 24/7 on their laptops, so that in case there is an alarming situation, the doctor would definitely can inform the supervisor to visit and take a check on the patient.
I think we are one of the very first home healthcare companies or organization, I would say a department, to provide end of life in sync with palliative care. Generally, end of life is meant for critical patients who are towards the unfortunate end of their journey. However, palliative care is something that we go towards the concept of living rather than death, and that's why combining these two is very important, because this not only provides a critical care medical support, but also grief, bereavement, and comfort care to the family. We're the first ones to provide morgue services for the deceased to the family in this region, and apparently, and also to the ones who do not have their loved ones around, but they require the rituals and rites to be done. So our company, our organization really takes care that all the kind of services are done in a seamless manner, without any hassle and pain. I think this has been the talk of the town, and the home healthcare. Why is it required? And similarly, why AmeriHealth? Because I'm going to take this out because in some of the next slides, we're going to talk about the USPs as well. A great, one of the services which makes us very unique is the concept of emergency on wheels. A lot of home care companies and a lot of hospitals, everybody believes in getting ambulances, but the ambulance on wheels by a home care company was the first in town by us, and it was launched in the month of September 2021. We have saved approximately 160 patients so far till date, out of which a lot of them have had stroke, a lot of them have had a sudden bleed, first aid requirement, and as complicated as getting a CPR done. So from cardiac arrest to stroke to as easy as a bruise and a stitch done to your child in case of a fall, to a vaccination done in case of a dog bite. I think emergency on wheels has been kind of a boon for the population of Faridabad. I'm going to put some more emphasis on physiotherapy and rehabilitation, because that is one of our biggest stems of our tree, and it not only believes in moving your body, but also in getting the right movement done, because we also have our physiotherapy department, which is a pool of almost 100 physiotherapists, and they are all trained at super specialty tertiary care hospitals, which kind of boost the confidence in the patients and also creates a more evidence-based outcome and scientific plan for all patients with the help of the consultants they are under. Currently, we have 5 major partners with us, which includes our parent organization in Faridabad, our 200-bedded Fidelis Hospital, our orthopedic center, one in South Delhi in Greater Kailash, and one rehabilitation center in Faridabad. I'm going to put some points of our major unique single products, which includes number 1, it's an evidence-based home care treatment. I think everybody knows that one of the biggest problems what even patients feel that the quality, when they ask about a home care, the person who speaks to them, the salesperson, is extremely rosy and extremely nice, but the person who actually reaches the home has a substandard or a quality issue. And that's why, and moreover, who's going to manage, who's going to guide the treatment. So the evidence-based home care treatment is in such that the quality is completely maintained. The nursing and the medical staff who is visiting your home is trained as per the manual. They are trained under different super specialty tertiary care hospitals. All the medical treatment which is happening at your home is under the guidelines of the American Academy of Home Care Management. Why do I say holistic care? Because again, it's not just about managing patient with medical support, but also psychological, dietetics, yoga, meditations, and other support which kind of helps you out completely. A 24/7 backup, including crash cart at home, and the primary consultant of the hospital is completely in accordance with the recovery plan. Total patients we have served is around 25,000. I'm going to wrap up soon. So how we are trying to do it is from an unorganized service, we are creating a synergy between the patient, the consultant, and the home care. We also believe in data collection and research, and everything is controlled, remotely monitored. In case of any mishap, the doctor who's sitting with the CRM can monitor the patient, including the position of the patient sitting miles and miles away. That's the blessing of the teamwork that we are at Ameri Health Home Healthcare. Small glimpse of all the patients who have been managed by us so far. Motivational feedback messages. We are really, really proud to be associated with ASLI, and we're looking forward for quality accreditation and become the 7th organization in the country to be QI certified. We are definitely looking out for corporate tie-ups to support our wellness and employee care schemes and programs. And hashtag, we are always by your side. Thank you so much. And we are really hoping that you guys give us your blessings and support, and looking forward for all the questions on the dais.
Thanks a lot, Dr. Arora. That was a beautiful, comprehensive presentation. Now we have a small poll for everyone so that, there's a better follow-up action that can be done. Divya, I request you to share the poll for Ameri Health. It has 3 options. Request everyone to please take the poll and let us know, what our follow-up action can be. So this poll is for Ameri Health Home Healthcare. The options are need to connect, understand business, want to collaborate, or not required but can connect someone. Please do take the poll and do mention your company names if possible, so that we know exactly who's polled for which option. We'll just keep the poll for a few more seconds and then we'll take it off. In the meanwhile, I would request Mr. Srikumar to be please ready, because we are coming to you next, sir. Has everyone taken the poll? Is it okay if we remove it? Divya, request you to please take off the poll. Mr. Srikumar would request Mr. Srikumar to please start over the presentation.
Thank you. Thanks, Bunny, and thanks, ASLI, for this opportunity. It's wonderful to connect on this format, and I do a very different format of this business, so it gives me an opportunity to speak here. So it's nice to connect with all of you. I started looking up to setting up something in this business because of a personal experience that I'd had, and like most of us, I think that was a trigger to me to set up CareFinder. The journey took a lot, and I found a number of people seeking solutions and not knowing what to do. While on one side, there was a lot of opportunity on hand, it was also very important to address this very important social need. So my background is that I have 26 years of hardcore corporate sales and marketing background in financial services and HR services. And so the sojourn or the entry into the senior care segment was, is actually a very fulfilling thing, and it is continuing. I mean, there's learning almost on a day-to-day basis. So we launched CareFinder in 2016, though we started the work on CareFinder way back in 2015. Initially, we wanted to get into the business through an aggregation model. But then when we had a set of research people, they came back to us and they pointed out saying that the aggregation model as of then did not do too very well. So we had to, course correct, and then we landed up in the model that I'm currently doing, and no regrets till date. I'm very happy doing what I'm doing. So what do? We work with organizations that have a product or service for the seniors. We work with them on go-to-market strategies or operational challenges or strategies that they would require. We focus essentially on implementation in southern India, and we work on services or products across. We don't stereotype with just one type of service. We try and take very different service every time we take up an assignment. Normally the assignment is of 6 months and it stretches to about a year. And during the process of the last 6.5 years, we have actually handled a number of assignments that have actually helped us understand this market from its key stakeholders' perspectives much better. And these inputs have actually helped us. These insights have helped us in making these as inputs for our subsequent clients. So, why did we build this model? Primarily, I come from the financial services. So, if an industry has to move up, there is definitely a role for every person in that particular industry to play. So each of us bring to the board a certain strength, and I thought my strength was in terms of understanding and implementing something for a person who's already into this particular business. There was a demand, and we had a very unique positioning. And just to reiterate, the belief that each of us have a space in this market and have a role to play in it. And I always believe that if the senior and care industry is growing, then services like mine will definitely have to be there to benefit all of us.
So is there a presentation also that you would want to share?
No, there's no presentation. You have to be happy seeing my face. That's all. You don't have a choice. Right. See, because I work on, there is not each assignment is different, and there is we cannot bring in photographs for each of these assignments. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll quickly take you through a few of the assignments, and Colonel sir is smiling. I can see that. So, so each of these assignments, when I discuss very briefly about this, you will understand the nature of the work that we do. When we started off, the first assignment that came to me, and I thank Dr. Gangadharan, who's also a member, who's the founder of Heritage and Kshetra, was that he gave us the audit of daycare centers and old age homes funded by the government of India across rural locations in Tamil Nadu. So this was a wonderful experience, because we're used to seeing the retirement communities but insights into the below the poverty line segment, and auditing the facilities was a good experience. One led to another. Slowly we started doing programs connecting NGOs for them and doing programs in Tamil Nadu for them. And then we did intergenerational workshops, and most importantly, the assignment also gave us a lot of connect to the academia, which they're very, very strong on. Academia plays a very important role in terms of social work discipline, and we are connected across multiple academia, across Tamil Nadu and Karnataka state. The second one, I must be extremely grateful to Colonel Sir, because the project that we did was launching the Preslit toilets in Chennai. Preslit is a Danish brand of toilets, specialty and high-end toilets. So we actually converted a whole room in our office into an experiential toilet. We had people from Coimbatore come in, install the toilet. The idea was to create awareness and generate interest for people to touch and feel. And we did a number of events around this, around hygiene and safety. So this was another project that we had done. That also gave me an opportunity to interact more with Colonel Sir, and I was with him for about a year, learning how to manage retirement communities. So that was, a very, very interesting phase in my life, and I'm extremely grateful to him for that. The other assignment that we have done is launch of seniority stores in Chennai. So this was a squeal to Kovai. But launch does not mean just a physical launch. It is, we actually launched and ran a seniority shop for more than a year from our office. So right from doing the shelving to the products display to cataloging, the entire work, it was a huge learning, recruiting for them and training for them, sales reporting. So if you see that this was actually a build, operate and transfer module that we did for them, where at the end of the year, probably today, Chennai is the only other place for them other than Pune where they have a shop which is still running for them on an offline module. So it took off well because we did a number of events and we garnered a lot of interest in this space. It's not that because they had a very good online reach, but what we worked with them was in terms of an offline reach. And we did this by doing a number of events. We did karaoke events, we did humor showrooms, we did story book reading, and we also asked elders to register in our office if they had any special interest that we could connect them together with. So if you actually Google seniority in Chennai, you'll find more of CareFinder there, because people thought that we were actually launching seniority in Chennai. And the business grew to such an extent that they moved into a commercial space from us, which was welcome, because the kind of funding that was required for the next phase is something that we were not well equipped to handle. The other very interesting assignment that we have handled, and very different assignment, was our partnering with Unmukt in the south. You all know Unmukt and the wonderful work that Monimita and the team has been doing. It was a fantastic experience. The work here was very different. On one side, we had to connect and database business to business service providers or products people across India. On other side, we had to, we actually had to help them do these events and seminars across Hyderabad, Chennai, and Bangalore. And third, and the most important aspect of this whole relationship, was that we had to help them in sponsor pitches. We had to pitch for sponsors. So segmenting the industry and creating a pitch presentation for each of the industry type was one of the work, and getting across to the decision maker in this particular in each of these industries. So if you look at each assignment is very, very different in terms of its content and in terms of the delivery. We also work, and this is a continuing project, with an organization called Udavi, which works on loneliness for elders. This is a continuing project. The work here is to completely, the demographics of Chennai. We classify Chennai and help them getting in terms of volunteers, training these volunteers, and we make sure that every beneficiary who requires time is given by these volunteers and by the core team. Another very interesting assignment that we have done, as I tell you, each of these are 6 months to 1 year assignments, and normally we do 2 assignments, at the max 3 assignments, beyond which we'll not be able to take up. The other one was a very, very innovative concept. We've launched Chennai's first retirement community completely on a rental basis, and this was in an affordable category. This is about 4 acres of land, and this organization wanted to do it only on a rental basis. So right from thought to ideation to launching and doing the pricing and go to market and tie-ups for the medical care facilities, the whole thing has been done. We've worked with them on this whole thing, and this has worked very, very well for them. And at a stage, of course, they are into their own sphere now. So we just give them strategies on search engine optimization and the social media inputs. The other assignment that we have handled for Novartis is we have done specific program. This was again over a period of 6 months. We did specific programs for them connecting with the primary caregivers of Alzheimer's and dementia patients. Now, a brand like that doesn't need our help to reach out to the pharmacists or to the doctors or the psychiatrists. It's very, very, very well oiled. But where they needed our help was to create programs and run these programs on a goodwill value, and also to find out if there are any side effects and listen directly from the primary caregivers in terms of the effect that the drugs were causing on their so this is where we work with organizations like 1MG, NetMed. So this also provided us an opportunity to work with a number of service providers and online pharma units in this particular space. We are currently working, we've actually worked on a very cost-effective customer acquisition strategy. Now today, I think somebody had earlier very rightly pointed out that selling a retirement community requires the expertise of somebody like Colonel Sridharan, or it is not very, very easy to sell a retirement community. Now, in a crowded market, how do you make yourself unique? What would be the strategy? How would you scope the market? What is the constant competition analysis and the price point? And we've also developed channel value proposition for them, both within India and outside India, identifying channel partners who would sell for these people. So this was another interesting assignment that we have done. We are currently working along with an automotive component, a product company, which has made accessibility for in cars for people with disabilities and the elderly people, especially who have ortho problems. So this is a project which is just being launched. Then the other thing is a very, very long-term project that we have just started working on, and this probably would take us about 2 years, is a thing to create a 400 to 500 bed facility in affordable category for palliative memory care and the pain management categories. So I've already noted Amiri. I'll connect with them in terms of a partnership on this. So the other project, so the 3 projects that I talked about, one was the automobile product, and then this care facility, and the third one is we are working with a telecommunications major in coming out with a product for the senior community. But having done workshops with them, we realized that it is not the senior segment. They had to completely segment the market differently. So we are with them on workshops to actually do a 6-month go-to-market strategy in terms of positioning the product to the right audiences. So besides this, we've also been doing business-to-business conferences under the theme and title of Trends and Challenges in Elder Care. In 2017, Colonel Sridharan and Kovai supported us as a partner in this event in Chennai, which was very, very well received. Then 2018, we did this under Kovai, where Primus participated as one of the sponsors. Again, it was an initiative to connect to the B2B players and bring them on a platform and let the world know that what this whole opportunity in the senior care segment is. So how do we work? We actually create, so moment somebody connects with us, we create a team of external people to first go into the subject and then put an ideation, and we think through this. For each assignment, we create a think tank. Then we have a team of, we compose a team of different people. There are a lot of friends who come in. With that team, we look at it, and then we go for a workshop with the prospective client. We work on a workshop because a lot of time we want to make sure that we don't reinvent the wheel. We basically understand from them. You know your product, you know your market better. So we understand from you, and then we take the implementation in southern India. So most of our clients have actually been people from the north, east or western part of the country who want to implement in southern India. So we come to an understanding. We then sign off on this understanding, and then we work on a roadmap. So this is pretty much what we've been doing. Having said that we are a B2B, we've also helped just about 7,000 families in solutions. So B2C was a byproduct that had happened, but it is like a finger growing taller than it's a nail growing taller than the finger. We've been actively working with people on living solutions, care living, home nursing, safety audits, retrofitting and modifications, products, and promoting the buddy system. So what we found out was that our solutions are very customized. We talk to them, we understand, we analyze, and then go back to them. We document. So many times when we go back with a solution to them, the solution that we give them is very different than what they came to us for. And I think this is kind of given a flavor. We did not have the money to do a SEO or a marketing strategy. Every business that we've gotten has been through word of mouth. So the focus is on B2B, and B2C is a byproduct. Thanks, and I'll be open to taking any questions.
Thanks a lot, sir. Now we will have a quick poll. Divya, I request you to share the poll for CareFinder, please, so that we can have a better follow-up action. And after that, we are opening the dice for question and answer round. So for CareFinder, in case you guys feel there's a need to connect or understand business and want to collaborate, or not required but can connect someone, so please share your responses with us, and then we can get the follow-up action better. Request everyone to please participate in the poll. We'll keep it for a few more seconds, and then we'll take off the poll so that we can have the session for the question answers. Okay, Divya, I think we're kind of done. So request you, Divya, to please take off the poll. But request everyone to please, ask the questions. Just let the presenter know who this question is meant for, and please feel free to ask. I think both the speakers have been able to make their points so clear that, okay, finally we have a question. Yes, Colonel, please go ahead.
Firstly, it is not a question, but I want to compliment Dr. Datta and my friend Sri Kumar. And I must say that two different entities, but attending to the same requirement. And I just want to add to Sri Kumar's kitty, the companionship started by Mr. Ratan Tata today. I think you have a very big, huge number of people waiting for in South India. Maybe I think you should take the lead from Chennai. And Dr. Datta, very nice to know that you run such a fantastic establishment and service. I wish you come to Coimbatore also. Thank you.
Sure, sir. Our pleasure. Thank you so much.
Any questions, anyone? Or, we could wrap the session up. I think the presentations were rather very self-explanatory. So we do not have too many questions. We'll wait for 2 more minutes. And if we do not have any more questions, then we'll wrap up the session for today. Anyone, any questions? Okay.
Very silent parliament.
We are meeting on 19th.
For all the chat sessions to really happen, I think everyone is holding on to their energy.
We need something to talk on 19th.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not bombarded on that day then.
Okay, great. So thanks a lot, Dr. Arora, Ms. Sonal, and Mr. Sri Kumar for a lovely, presentation and session. So we'll see you soon. I think, most of you guys are joining us for the study tour. So we'll definitely see you in person. And thanks a lot for joining in.
Thanks, Bunny. Thank you.
Thank you, Bunny. Thank you, everybody. See you.
Thank you, Karan.
Opportunity.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, Bani. Thank you so much. Bye.
Most welcome. Thank you.